Right, hello people, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're doing something a little bit different, or kind of what we were doing until obviously the old Call of Duty hype took over. But we are going to go back and play some modern day Call of Duty. We're back here on Modern Warfare 2, not the OG Modern Warfare 2, the modern day Modern Warfare 2. And yes, that does mean the worst version of Modern Warfare 2. But it's Season 5, I wanted to give it a shot. They made some interesting changes. I don't want to see how it goes. So what I'll do is, I'll cut to some gameplay footage I have, and then we'll talk about Modern Warfare 2 in Season 5, and also kind of the changes they made, and what I kind of expect to happen with Season 5, and, you know, kind of evaluate and talk about a few things. But as you can see, here's the Battle Pass in Season 5. Obviously, you guys have probably seen it already anyway. The FR Avancer, we will work on getting that, of course, and getting a gameplay with that. We've also got this, the Carrack 300, which, as you guys can tell, well, or do know, from me doing these like Call of Duty throwback videos, and probably you guys even going back and playing the throwback Call of Duty games. Black Ops 1, the WAR 2000 is how everybody will remember that, but it's the Carrack 300. Will be interesting to see how that plays out in Modern Warfare 2, because it's one of those guns where I think everyone's more interested in this. However, this could be overpowered, so we'll have to see. But anyway, so a couple of things I wanted to talk about as well before I do cut to the gameplay and like talk about all the changes in Modern Warfare 2 in Season 5. But just so you guys know, if you guys do load up and you feel like your aim settings are wrong, one, they did break something. Of course, there is no aim assist, and I mean absolutely no aim assist in the firing range. So if you guys think your aim's being wonky or you can't aim straight when you just test out in the firing range, don't worry, it's just aim assist. It's completely disabled in this for some reason. Now, I mean, I can still aim kind of fine, but yeah, they disabled aim assist for some reason. Also, have you guys had this glitch? So as you can see, I have the Royal Knife, right? This is what the Royal Knife is supposed to look like. This right here, which if you didn't know was like a viewership reward for watching the CDL. But then I've also got this one, which is also the Royal Knife, but it's actually the ice pick. And I don't know where I got this from. I don't know what this glitch is. And apparently this was patched so you don't actually have this, but I guess I still have it. So I'm going to keep it. I'm going to leave it on my loadouts. And if you guys have any loadouts, I'd keep it. Just leave it there. But yeah, we'll cut to some gameplay and we'll talk about Modern Warfare 2 Season 5 and the changes they made and kind of what to expect in the future. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's gameplay, and we'll cut to the gameplay, of course. Right, hello people, and welcome to the gameplay part of the video today, and of course the talk about Season 5 and everything that's changed, and kind of some thoughts and opinions on it. But enjoy the 18-1 Search and Destroy gameplay in the background with the TAC 56. Yes, I am trying my ass off, but of course we have to. It's Search and Destroy, we've got skill-based matchmaking, everyone's trying, everyone's using the TAC 56. So if you can't beat them, you got to join them. But anyway, enjoy that in the background. So let's talk about Season 5 here in Modern Warfare 2, and the big one that I'm going to talk about first is the movement change, okay? Now, is it actually that big of a change? To be honest, no. So what they did was the sliding is a little bit better, essentially. Like, you can aim in sooner and shoot sooner after sliding. And I wanted to talk about that because all they did really was decrease the slide time and increase the slide velocity. And again, allows the player to fire slightly sooner after initiating a slide. They also actually, as well, small increase to the jump boost, jumping, the velocity boost whilst jumping, and a small reduction to the landing slowdown penalty while landing. So, not too crazy when it comes to changes, but I think I know why these changes are coming about. And the reason I want to talk about these is because everyone knows that I think a lot of people agree that Warzone 2 and Modern Warfare 2 just is slow, okay? That's the one big complaint, is it just feels slow. It feels so slowed down that you can't do anything. Once you're in a gunfight, because of the kill times, etc., I don't even think are actually that fast, to be honest. I don't think the kill times are as crazy as people think, even for Warzone, etc. and stuff. I think the kill time's kind of okay. It's not as wild as I think people think it is. The reason people think that is because there's no way to avoid like being hit by bullets. Like in this game, of course, the aim assist is absurd, and that's me saying that as a controller player. Like things like the Black Ops aim assist, even the default aim assist, are both insane, right? It's like aimbot, okay? Without the aimbot, you know, you wouldn't be able to. It's hard to tell who's using aimbot and who's not when someone's using the controller. It's that crazy, but you can't avoid the bullets. You know, you have no strafe speed, you have no movement, you have no way of sliding away, you have no jumping. And you just have no way of getting away from gunfights, essentially, and that's what gets you killed more than anything. You have no way of getting away from bullets, and because of that, a lot of people are going to be more accurate with their weapon, of course. So, because of that, I feel that's why the kill time feels as fast as it does in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. But The reason I think they've made this change is I think Modern Warfare 2 is kind of coming to an end here, right? I don't know if there's another season after Season 5. There might be. There might be a Season 6 before the release of Modern Warfare 3. You know, spoiler alert. We all kind of know the next game's going to be Modern Warfare 3. They're going to do a reveal event, I believe, in the middle of August, which I believe is also going to be done through Warzone 2, according to the leaks, which if it is, I will try and do something for that, like if it's a live event or something. I'm not sure how possible that's going to be for me, because I probably am going to be working during the time that event goes live, if there is an event to obviously reveal Modern Warfare 3. So we'll see. I'll see how that goes, but if I can, then I will. But anyway, so Modern Warfare 3 is going to be the next Call of Duty, and I think what we're going to get a lot of now here in Season 5, and again, if there's a potentially a Season 6, which I don't think there will be, I think this is it. I think Season 5 is the last season for Modern Warfare 2. And ignore that I'm snaking, okay? This is like the only way you can actually do anything to avoid bullets here in Modern Warfare 2. So you got to do what you got to do, right? But anyway, so the movement changes, I think, are to test the waters of things they want to change going from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3. Because if you guys haven't seen from the leaks, Modern Warfare 3 is going to be basically a reskin of Modern Warfare 2. Like, I mean, down to a T reskin. However, they're going to take on a few of the challenges and the problems that have been in Modern Warfare 2 and kind of improve upon that. And it sounds like they're going to try and fix the issues that Modern Warfare 2, well, Infinity Ward, hasn't been listening to, hasn't been trying to change regardless of the community, like, feedback. So one of them, of course, is, like, the movement and stuff. The movement's too slow, and I feel like these changes are made to try and see if these improvements, you know, kind of make it a little bit better. Again, it's nothing too crazy. I think they need to do a lot more in order to get people to see, like, more, you know, an improvement in the movement, right? But the leak was anyway that Modern Warfare 3 is going to be taking on that challenge, and Sledgehammer specifically, of course, are going to want to increase the movement and make sliding a little bit better. And I think this is a start towards that. I think they're going to test the waters with things and see. So we'll see how that goes. But another thing that is talked about for Modern Warfare 3 is another issue they're trying to deal with, which is dead silence. So dead silence, I think, is universally agreed should be a perk. But at the same time, I'll talk about that in a second, because I feel like dead silence being a perk doesn't actually solve everything, and I'll discuss that in a second. But dead silence, of course, in this game is a field upgrade, right? They did it in Modern Warfare 2019 as well. Nobody likes this. Nobody likes the dead silence being a, you know, field upgrade. It just doesn't work. They've tried it twice now. People don't agree on it. I don't think it helps, you know, newer players, etc. I don't know. I don't understand the reasoning for it. I really don't. Of course, even like actually activating the thing makes a loud beeping noise as well. So it's clearly to try and get people who want to be dead silence and that killed. And it's to make the newer players or the not so good players compete and do well, right? Which, again, I don't understand all these things made to make newer players, like make it easier for newer players. Because there's skill-based matchmaking. Is the skill-based matchmaking not there to help them in the first place? I don't know. I mean, I think personally it should be, but, well, that's the reason for it. But you have to they seem to do a lot of things to cater to new players, and I really don't understand why. I don't think it does a big of a deal as they think it does. I think it harms the player base more than anything. But the talk is that Dead Silence will be a perk again in MW3, which would be great. However, I think a lot of people are getting hyped for it, and I personally wouldn't, just because the thing is, it's all well Dead Silence being a perk, but imagine they make Dead Silence a perk, and you see how, like, let's take MW 2019 for example. Do you guys remember Tactical Mask or Battle Hardened or whatever it's called? I mean, even in this game, Battle Hardened was not very good for a very long time. Battle Hardened's a little bit better now in Modern Warfare 29 in Modern Warfare 2. However, I still personally wouldn't use it. Like, it's not going to drastically change the difference between being stunned and not being stunned, right? It makes a difference, but not a huge enough difference for me to want to use Battle Hardened here in MW2. So in MW3, they could make Dead Silence a perk. Great, fantastic, that's what we want. However, if it doesn't actually lower footstep volume by a lot, or even to the point where you are like silent as if you have Dead Silence as like the field upgrade we have here in MW2, it's not going to make much of a difference, you know? So a lot of these things are great, you know, on paper and that, but if they don't actually change it to be better in the way that we think it would be better, you know, they actually make it a drastic improvement, then Dead Silence being a perk will be no different to having Dead Silence as a field upgrade. It'll still be an issue, especially if they don't make Dead Silence as the perk good enough to counter footsteps. So there's a lot of things. You could have no Dead Silence as a perk. Like, literally, they don't even have to have Dead Silence as a perk. Because what if they just made everyone's footsteps you know, quiet, right? Just straight up. Obviously, they're not going to do that, right? They want to have perks and stuff for the game, and, you know, it kind of fills the gaps and stuff and allows you to have things like, you know, and balance the game a little bit better with what you choose for perks, you know, from Fat Jacket to Tat Mask, etc., and Scavenger. So it'll be interesting to see where they go with that, but they're also looking at that as well. So I think a lot of the changes we're going to see in Season 5 are going to be changes to kind of test the water for Modern Warfare 3 and see what they want to build, how they want to build Modern Warfare 3, because changes like that are easily doable. Of course, like, as you've seen, we've had a patch to the movement stuff. All they have to do is like patch the movement stuff. Again, we'll probably get a beta as well at some point, so they will test all these things, and it'll probably be quite obvious that the things they're testing here in Season 5 are kind of built or being done for Modern Warfare 3. So that's where I think all this is going right now. So it'll be interesting to see. Again, this stuff is more likely to affect Warzone more than it is actual multiplayer. Besides the perk, of course. If Dead Silence becomes a perk, then that is obviously more catered towards multiplayer, which would be great because multiplayer has not seen a lot of love this year, to be honest. We get new maps and stuff, but they do feel very half-assed, to be honest. And even if they do make maps, they're not great. To be honest, they're not classics, they're not fan favorites and stuff. I don't really understand, you know, the maps they've made in this game. For instance, Black Gold. Black Gold is a horrible map, and so far I haven't found it in Search and Destroy here in Season 5, which is great, because I do not want to play that map again. It is absolutely horrible. But yeah, let's go into some other stuff. So they buffed and nerfed some SMGs and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. There's nothing that like I feel like is going to change the merit. It might do. It might do. Maybe I just haven't noticed it yet, but we'll see. Perks. Bomb Squad will protect against death from explosive equipment stuck directly to the player when fully armored in Warzone. Now, I believe that's something to do with, like, in your inventory, you can just have a load of nades and stuff in your back pocket, or drill charges and stuff. So I feel like that's why why this change has been made. Again, I don't keep up with Warzone, and I'm not really going to talk about Warzone too much, because, again, it just doesn't interest me. Warzone 2 has a long way to go in order to be improved and actually be the game that it's supposed to be, because, again, you compare it to Warzone 1, because that's the best thing we have to compare it to. Warzone 2 just does not hold a candle to, you know, it's just not the same. They've got a lot of things to do. Other things, they've got, you know, loads of bug fixes as usual. There always seems to be bug fixes and stuff. I do feel like the connections improved this season, though. I don't know if you guys felt that at the end of last season, that the connections were not so great in Modern Warfare 2. Like, I don't know what was going on with the servers, but they were not good. Like, it didn't feel very good. But other things as well, they're going to release an M13, basically. There's an M13 that's coming to the game mid-season. They'll have challenges, of course, as well. I believe you can see that as well in the Battle Pass. Like, there's two things called, what is it called? The event called Task Force 141 and another event called Shadow Company. I imagine those will be to unlock, like, a certain weapon or a skin or something. And then, of course, in the store, they're going to be releasing your Snoop Dogg, your Nicki Minaj skins and stuff. Stuff that I don't really care about, but I'm going to be seeing it a lot in my lobbies. That's one of the crazy things I've noticed. A lot of people say, oh, screw this, why are they adding stuff like this to Modern Warfare, you know, to Call of Duty and stuff. But then when I go and play Search and Destroy, I see that skin, like, when it releases, like a Snoop Dogg skin or a Nicki Minaj skin or something like that. As soon as it releases, I see tons of it in my lobbies. So I don't know what's going on there. Like, again, I see a lot of hate about all the skins they release and stuff, and the things just, they don't make sense. But then I see a lot of these skins in my lobby, so I don't know what's going on there. Like, the player base is kind of wild on that. But then, of course, I feel like a lot of that is like the casual players who don't, you know, see Reddit, don't see YouTube videos, don't look at Twitter, etc. So they're probably the non-vocal minority that don't really talk about the game. They just kind of hop on and play. The casuals, right? But, you know, that also kind of caters to say that, you know, Activision's doing the right thing for them when it comes to making money here in Call of Duty and Modern Warfare 2, of course. But yeah. So, gameplay's wrapping up, of course. Got an 18-1 gameplay in Search, like I said, with the TAC 56. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you think all the changes we're going to see in Modern Warfare 2 for this season are going to be all aimed at Modern Warfare 3? Are you excited for Modern Warfare 3? I'm going to be honest, I'm not, to be honest. It's kind of another COD to me, another attempt, and hopefully a good attempt. I'm hoping at a Call of Duty that's good to play. But we'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe for notifications on. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.